kwesitheemcee.
Hello everybody, this is Kwesi Jackson. I also go by kwesitheemcee. I wrote a song, I did a song called Vaccines, and I want to provide just some context behind vaccines. So I personally sat back and watched the media create a frenzy off of what we did not even know. We created a frenzy that had people running and buying tissue and buying up all the Clorox wipes and all the Lysol. It was a media-created frenzy. And from it, that same frenzy rolled over into, or it connected with, political unrest, division in the country. All those things together set the stage for a vaccine. And from a person who tends to be slightly analytical in myself, I sit back and watched it. And then after I actually got COVID, I had COVID, and it took me about a day and a half to get over it, and it felt like the flu. I started thinking, why are they not talking about the pre-existing conditions more than they are the virus itself? I understand there's a lot of unknown about the virus, but out of all that you have studied, have you not paid attention to and noticed that people with pre-existing conditions are susceptible to death by this virus, just like the flu and any other virus? That when you have pre-existing conditions, it can make it worse. So I had all these questions going around in my head. And from those questions, I, being a student of hip-hop, like a lot of my friends and peers from the 80s tend to be, started thinking about groups like Public Enemy, X-Clan, all those guys that were telling us to think about stuff. KRS-One, they were telling us to be mindful of things. Just listen, watch, follow the money, watch, and there will be some clarity that will come from this. So I took to the bars and wrote the chorus that said, all these vaccines has got me tweaking. That's why I'm on my eugenics and Manchurian candidate type of thinking. You can count me out. Innocent citizens caught betwixt politicians chasing clout. Then I start like this. I say, it's like I was born into a cipher. Spotlight witnesses in white made it hard for me to decipher good from the bad, because all the folks were wearing masks. What I heard through amniotic fluid, it didn't add up but subtracted. So I started talking about my life from way back when and talking about why I came into this world not trusting and why it's hard to trust now. So this is me, man. If you're going to get the vaccine, go forward with it. But that whole making those statements, to me, it's an asinine statement to say, oh, if you care about humanity, you'll get a vaccine. Now, I'm good, man. My family started immune boosting at the end of 2019, like heavily hitting up the vitamin C, heavily hitting up the zinc and the elderberry, sea moss. I had stopped eating meat, back 2020, at the beginning of 2020, I stopped eating meat. Man, like, we made some decisions that I think ultimately helped us get through COVID. Like, I had it. I believe my whole family had it, but I just think we were prepared. So the bars that I put out were just a perspective. Like, and I'm willing to live with my perspective, whether people want to be around me or not. I mean, I think that's what hip-hop does. Hip-hop provides a perspective. It should make you go,
The foreign voices. I think it was the vaccines I took. Should have made better choices.
All them vaccines, it got